Good afternoon students, welcome to social class. Today we shall complete the total relief features of India. Already we learned about the Himalayas, Indo-Gangetic Plain, next Great Desert, then Peninsular Plateau. So already in the previous class you observed this map. Peninsular Plateau or Deccan Plateau divided into two parts, Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Western Ghats, the highest peak in the Western Ghats, Anaimudi, or the highest peak in South India, Anaimudi. The highest peak in the Eastern Ghats, Aromakonda or Araikonda, it is in Chintapalli. Now let us explain about the rivers in Peninsula. So observe this line. So this is Western Ghats. So the biggest river in South India, Godavari, it originates from the Western Ghats and flows into east direction. Observe these two curves. First curve indicates the Godavari river and second curve indicates the Krishna river. So this is the first curve. So Godavari joins into Bay of Bengal in the first curve. It is origin from the Western Ghats, Nasika Trayambak, Nasika, where it is Maharashtra. So Godavari is the biggest river, or Godavari is the biggest river in South India. So they'll ask you question in the examination, which is the biggest river in South India? Godavari. Which is the biggest river in Peninsular Plateau? Godavari. So remember this one. Next one, Krishna river. So Krishna river also origin from the Western Ghats, Mahabaleshwar. So it is origin from the Mahabaleshwar and flows from Western Ghats to east direction. Then observe the second curve. So it is mixing into Bay of Bengal in the second curve. So first curve indicates Godavari, second curve indicates Krishna. The first curve indicates Godavari and second curve indicates Krishna. So second biggest river in South India, Krishna. First biggest river or the biggest river in South India, Godavari. Which is the biggest river in India? Ganga. Ganga is the biggest river in India. So Godavari origin from the Western Ghats, Nasik. Ganga origin from the Gangotri glacier and it is from two branches, Alaknanda and Bhagirath. Then Alaknanda and Bhagirath. Then it joins in one place, Deva Prayaga. Deva Prayaga. So Godavari joined in one place, that is Deva Prayaga. So now let's come to, so already I explained here Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. The states which are located in the Western Ghats, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Next, the states in the Eastern Ghats, already we have completed Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. Next, rivers. Observe here, non-perennial rivers. Already explained about the perennial rivers and non-perennial rivers. Perennial rivers mostly we observed in the year the Himalayas. Non-perennial rivers mostly in the South India. Example, River Godavari. River Godavari origin in Nasika Trayambak, where it is Maharashtra. Second biggest river, River Krishna. So it is origin from Mahabaleshwar and Maharashtra. Next, River Penna. So the origin of Penna, Nandi Durga Hills, where it is Karnataka. Next, River Kaveri. River Kaveri, Brahmagiri ranges. Brahmagiri hills, we can call Brahmagiri hills also. So where it is Karnataka. So River Tungabhadra. River Tungabhadra also origin from Varaha hills, where it is Karnataka. So Godavari, Krishna, Penna, Kaveri, Tungabhadra, these are the rivers flowing in South India. South India. So the biggest river Godavari, Krishna, next Penna and Kaveri. Next, remember this point about the Thar desert. Note down the biggest river in India, biggest desert in India, Thar desert. So it is located in the west part of Aravalli mountains. So Luni is the only river it is flowing in the desert. So they'll ask in the examination, which is the river flowing through this Thar desert? River Luni. River Luni. Next, Sambar is a salt water lake. So the biggest saltwater lake in India, Sambar. Sambar is located in Thar Desert. Next, so mostly the area covered with the desert and sandy soil. So they have no drinking water. So government supplied Indira Gandhi Canal. Government supplied the water through the Indira Gandhi Canal. Indira Gandhi Canal, the highest canal. So it is 650 kilometers. So supplied the water from Punjab to Rajasthan. So Indira Gandhi Canal constructed from Punjab to Rajasthan. So this is the desert consists of sandy plains. Understood about the Great Deserts. Next, coastal plains. Observe here. This is the coastal plain. Already we learned about the coastal plain. So the area which is located near the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea or any sea, we call this area coastal plain. So this is western coastal plain and this is eastern coastal plain. Eastern coastal plain stretches from Mahanadi river to, so this is Mahanadi river to Kanyakumari. Western coastal plain stretches from Rann of Kutch to Kanyakumari. So next, western coastal plain divided into three parts, mainly three parts: Konkan coast, Canara coast, Malabar coast. Konkan coast is Maharashtra and also Goa. Canara coast in Karnataka. Malabar coast in Kerala. Next, Utkal coast. Eastern coastal plain divided into mainly three parts: Utkal coast, Sarkar coast, Coromandel coast. Utkal coast in Odisha, Sarkar coast in Tamil Nadu, Coromandel coast, Sarkar coast in Andhra Pradesh, Coromandel coast in Tamil Nadu, Utkal coast in Odisha. Note on this one, very important. Odisha, Sarkar coast in AP, Andhra Pradesh, Coromandel coast is in Tamil Nadu. So this is Maharashtra and Goa, Canara, Karnataka. Malabar coast is Kerala. Understood? So Utkal coast, Sarkar coast, Coromandel coast, Konkan coast, Canara coast and Malabar coast. So they will ask you in the examination, arrange the eastern coastal plain from north to south. So first Utkal coast, then Sarkar coast, then Coromandel coast. Or arrange the western coastal plain, Konkan coast, Canara coast and Malabar coast. Next, so Chiluka. So this is Chiluka lake in Odisha. It is also saltwater lake in South India. Next, Kolleru. Kolleru is the freshwater lake in South India. Kolleru is the freshwater lake in South India. Next one, Pulicat Lake. Pulicat Lake is the saltwater lake in South India. It is near the Nellore district. We know Sriharikota's space center. Space center also near the Pulicat Lake. So freshwater lake Kolleru, saltwater lake Pulicat. Again one more saltwater lake Chiluka. It is in Odisha. So note down. So the saltwater lake in Odisha, Chiluka. The freshwater lake in Andhra Pradesh, Kolleru. The saltwater lake in Andhra Pradesh, Pulicat. So where is the Satish Dhawan Space Center? It is located in the Pulicat Lake. Next, the largest group of islands. Here Lakshadweep Islands and here Andaman Nicobar Islands. Andaman Nicobar Islands. Already we know, we studied about Kanyakumari, the southernmost peninsular plateau. Southernmost peninsular plateau Kanyakumari, southernmost tip of India, Indira Point. Indira Point is located in Andaman Nicobar, especially Nicobar Islands. Nicobar Islands. Observe here, note down this matter, very important for your examination. There are two groups of islands, Andaman Nicobar Islands and also Lakshadweep Islands. Andaman Nicobar Islands is an elevated portion of submerged mountains part of running from Myanmar mountains to Narcondam Yoma. Next it is formed by Narcondam Islands and Barren Islands. Very important. Narcondam Islands and Barren Islands. Name the islands in Andaman Nicobar Islands. They will ask in the examination. Narkondam Islands and Barren Islands. Next, the southernmost tip of India, Indira Point, southernmost peninsular plateau, Kanyakumari, southernmost tip of India, Indira Point. Very important, keep in your mind. Next, so southernmost tip of India, Indira Point, it is in Nicobar Islands. Indira Point submerged in tsunami due to tsunami in 2004. Lakshadweep Islands are formed by a great variety of flora and fauna with coral regions. The total geographical area 32 kilometers. What is the total geographical area of Lakshadweep Islands? 32 kilometers. How it is formed? It is formed by the flora and fauna with coral reliefs or coral regions. Understood all of you?